Hey everyone, it's Aldo from Kixie here. Today I want to share with you a solution that I use to handle a variety of use cases for customers. So one common theme that I hear is that when customers receive a new lead, they want to call them X number of times, and then after those call attempts, they want some kind of automation to kick in the CRM to either update the status of that lead, send that contact an email, put them on a list, or potentially all of the above. So I want to share with you a solution that I call the Kixie call counter that helps us keep track of the number of call attempts that we make to a new lead, and then how that can be used to trigger automation inside of a CRM. And the CRM that I'll be working with today is HubSpot. So let's go ahead and I'll jump in and I'll show you how this works. So the first thing that we actually want to do is create a field called Kixie call counter. You can call it whatever you want. I like to call it that. And I made this a number field. It would actually also work as a text field, but I like to use a number field because we're working with numbers, and that could be handy when we're trying to create reports or do other types of automation. So a number field called Kixie call counter, that's the first step. Then we actually jump into the Kixie dashboard here. So Kixie has a concept called webhooks. And we can trigger a webhook off of anything, like when a call finishes, when a text message is sent or received. But I'm going to use the end call webhook. So the way that this works is that when a phone call ends, we're going to send a bunch of data somewhere else. And I actually use Zapier to handle part of this. So what we're going to do is after any Kixie phone call, we're going to send all of that phone call data, including the Kixie phone number, the customer's phone number, the email address of the Kixie agent, the contact ID of the customer in HubSpot, all this useful information that we're going to use to move to the next step of this process. So once I've set up my Kixie webhook, I then want to take I'll go into Zapier, but I could use any type of tool similar to Zapier. And I'll take the endpoint over here, and I'll plug it in. And one thing that I really want to highlight is that we include the HubSpot contact ID as part of the data that is sent. So what that means is that you can very easily look up your HubSpot contacts the minute we send that webhook through, as we can see here. And then what happens after we use the contact ID in the Kixie payload, and just to give you an idea, here's the rest of the information that we include, including the call recording, the call duration, the phone numbers involved, the email address of the Kixie agent, etc. We will use the contact ID to find the HubSpot contact, and we're going to include the property, the Kixie call counter that we created earlier. And then the next step is we just do a little bit of basic math, and Zapier has a tool that will allow you to add things. So I take the Kixie call counter and I add 1 to it. Now the call is going up once. And then finally, I update that same contact to reflect the new number of times that we've called this person. And so I can see the Kixie call counter right here on the contact record in HubSpot. But more importantly, I can start using this now to create automation, create rules inside of HubSpot with a workflow. So I can say something along the lines of Kixie call counter is equal to 3, meaning that we've made 3 call attempts. And if we've made 3 call attempts, and the lead status is still in progress, I can say, okay, I want to do something else because we've been calling this person, but we haven't made a meaningful contact, and we haven't updated the status of this lead to reflect that we've had a conversation. So we've basically been trying to make a bunch of phone calls, and we haven't had any luck yet. So now I might want to update the status from in progress to attempted contact. Maybe I want to send them a follow-up email, and perhaps even a Kixie text message, just letting them know that I've sent that email and that I've been calling them, that I want to sort of have a conversation. And so there's a variety of different ways that we can use the Kixie call counter. But if you're trying to build rules inside of your CRM that's based on the number of times that you've attempted contact through a phone call, this is a great solution for you. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.